Hi everyone, this is a video on kinematics, specifically in X direction. It's an introductory video to this concept where I'm basically going to go over the equations and what the symbols mean, and hopefully help to build a bit of an intuitive understanding of how to solve problems that are in one dimension in the X direction. So if you look at the symbols, here we have X. We also have an x0. There's a change in x symbol. There's v, v0. There's a, and there's t. I think that's about it. So let me talk quickly about x. X is simply distance. Generally in problems in physics, it's a distance measured in meters, but it could be in miles or kilometers depending upon what the question wants. And then so you also see change in x, which is just change in distance. It could also be written as so, x minus x0, where x0 is initial distance. Generally, initial distance would be 0. So you start from 0, like in a graph. You can say this is 0, and so you get to some location over here. You travel some location, you get over there. And this will be x in this instance. So x is 0, v equal to 0, x is equal to whatever number. And then the next symbol I'll go over quickly is v, which is velocity. And velocity is a measurement of distance over time. A common example of this would be when you are driving a car and your speedometer says 50 miles per hour. This relates to this. So that is speed or velocity. So you would go 50 miles every hour. So that's basically how to think about velocity. You also see again the v0, which you might also see vi. So again, this is initial velocity. As for a, this is called acceleration. Acceleration is equal to velocity over time. The most common example of this would be, say you are parked in the car and you are trying to get to a certain speed, say 30 miles per hour. So your velocity is changing over time. It's going from 0 to 30, which means that you're accelerating to get to the speed at the speed you're trying to obtain. That would be acceleration, or accelerating the car, or however you would like to think about it. But another example would be, say, if there's a stop sign and you are decreasing your velocity. So you're going 30 miles per hour, again, I use that number, and you go to 0. So in this case, you are decreasing in acceleration, or decelerating. Generally, you'll see negative a for that. This would be positive. A would just be accelerating. Negative a would be decelerating. Generally, you see the same symbol. And then basically for all of these equations, which are the most common, you'll see, is you'll generally get something. You'll get, say, you'll know what the final distance is, and you'll say some number. Maybe you know what the initial velocity is. Generally, it would be 0, or it might just be some other number, etc. V number, on and on and on. And you'll just know what certain variables are. And then you could generally look at your equations and see which one is you should use in any given time, based upon what you already have. And sometimes you'll have to do that multiple times to go to one equation, find a certain value, and then plug in again to find what you're trying to obtain. But generally, for any kinematics equation that is only in the x direction, these 4 equations are basically the core equations to know to solve any of those problems. All right, thanks for stopping by. I hope I gave you a little bit of an intuitive understanding of this.